to use some of these resources like ChatGPT and create different resources for our business, right? Also, other things that are in your environment, music, right? Candles, incense. When you light an incense, maybe you make a sale and you go, woohoo, right? And maybe that's your thing. I come from an era where we make a sale, we do something kind of similar. It's called a gong. Anybody know what that is? A little thing where you hit it, bing, and then it like rings and the whole call center can hear you. So that's kind of what we do, right? So find something where you make a sale and it just boosts your mood, right? Let me share with you guys really quick my screen so we can go over this withdraw nurture campaign. I'll share the sound. Actually, nah. You don't. Should be able to see. Okay. All right, cool. So, and I'll kind of run through exactly what I did to come up with this nurture campaign. You know, in my email, I said like, oh yeah, I worked on this thing all weekend. I mean, truth be told, guys, it probably took about 2 hours to create that thing. Okay. I just like to take a little bit more credit than I deserve. You know what I mean? So, but this took 2 hours, man. Basically, all I did was I prompted ChatGPT, and if you guys need the link or something like that to this, I'll go ahead and copy and paste it into the Zoom chat. And then you guys can mess around with this when you have a little bit of time. It's a free resource, by the way. I mean, you can pay for it, but I just use the free one. And so what you do to prompt it is you're just asking it. You can basically create a prompt like, you know, you're a marketing, you know, expert for a final expense telesales company. The more specific you can be, like the more accurate your results are going to be. You are hired to create a nurture campaign, right? Create a nurture campaign for clients who missed their first payment. Just see what it spits out, right? So from here, you can see like it's starting to give you like copies, subject, email, you know, text, whatever the case is. The more, again, the more specific you are, the more you'll be able to use stuff like this for your business. So as it just spits out kind of this generic content, I want you guys to be looking at this and thinking, well, what else can it do, right? Like, how else can I use it? Like, what other questions can I ask it? Well, we have days here. We have the reasons for these automations or, you know, sequences for this nurture campaign. What we need is emails and text, right? So maybe you would say, now break this down into 20 emails and 20 text messages, right? And it will literally break it down into 20 emails, 20 text messages. So that's how I came to this campaign. But what I did was I kept getting a little bit more detailed, right? A little bit more about telesales and final expense. And, you know, you can prompt it to use things like NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. You can prompt it to use things like books. You know, your favorite book is The Blue Ocean. If you guys haven't read that, it's a pretty cool marketing book. There's another marketing book. I think it's called like the Red Tape marketing book or something like that. I'll have to find it. But you can literally prompt it and create a system that's like, who would you hire to do this for you, right? So it's almost like your assistant. And so as you guys are looking at this, I did, what took me the most time was coming in here and making it format specifically for the CRM. And I'm going to show that to you guys right now. And where would you use this and how can you find this, right? Guys, by the way, if you're not on my team, your RSD has access to this document and they should be able to send it to you as well. So they have this document right now. Let me take a look. So let's say we're going to do this on the nurture campaign here. What you'll do is go to, I believe it's manage nurture campaigns in the CRM. Right. And you'll see I kind of messed around with it before, like when it first came out. And then you'll hit add. And then you can name it anything else. So we did one for lapse policies because this is a business that needs to stay on the books. To me, that should be everyone's first nurture campaign, saving the business that you already wrote. But what about one for referrals? Like you can see, I kind of messed with it here for referrals. So let's try like a new referral campaign. And then you'll save this. Brings you to the next screen, which is to set up the nurture campaign, right? So hit it with the new sequence. You can do up to 15 sequences. That just means automations, but for one for text and one for email. So that's a that's a total of 30 different contact attempts, right? 15 emails, 15 text messages. Now you'll notice it says delay right here, right? So what you'll do to actually to make this system grab the sequence, you'll hit new sequence, and then you'll have to create a template, right? So whenever you're naming your templates, guys, make sure that you name it for the sake of knowing that you're only going to use it for a nurture campaign. And I'm going to show you an example of that. So SMS template would be the text message template. So you can name this, right? Referral, nurture, maybe do N for short, like day one, right? Referral, nurture, day one. And then the content you'll get from ChatGPT, right? Make sense? So you'll go to ChatGPT, copy whatever it spits out. Maybe you want to change a couple of things, whatever the case is, and then you'll create that template. So just so I can actually like show you guys, and we'll set one up here. Referral N1. Let's see. How did we do? All right. Refer your friends or family. Refer your family. Refer anyone for that sake. And get, gift card. Leave your number, whatever the case is. Maybe you have a link that leads to a landing page, right? I mean, it's just the opportunities are endless, right? So hit save. Now I know I have a day one text message. Now you'll want to create all 15, in my opinion. I would do every single campaign that you guys set up, take advantage of every single sequence, right? And it might take you a full day to complete this. So plan this for like your weekends, right? Like maybe when the call queue is closed, like make sure you guys are doing this outside of your production times, because you will get lost in the sauce on this. I promise you, there's so much cool stuff to do with nurture campaigns. Anybody want to guess how I even thought of this nurture campaign?
You asked ChatGPT?
No, I have debt collectors on my ass for a debt. So, and I'm like slowly paying them back, but they're relentless in the email. And I go, damn, dude, they're not gonna let me forget about it, right? And it's like a BS debt, like it's probably like $100, and I just like messing with the people because I had such a terrible customer service experience with them, and I just don't feel just in the fact that I should pay them back in the first place. So I got to give it up to them, man. I got to give them credit where it's due, and that's like 2 years old, and they're just hitting it, man. And I just want to give them the money just for making that effort, that many freaking contact attempts. I'm like, guys, that is just freaking commendable. Like I want to speak to whoever set this shit up, because you guys are it's awesome. And so we should be doing the same thing for our clients, right? When they miss a payment, okay? We're here to protect their family and all that great stuff. But at the end of the day, this is stuff that you only have to set up one time. And then every single person you add to that nurture campaign will get every single sequence, right? So you only have to do this one time, but just imagine the possibilities of, referrals of people who miss their payments, right? That you should be calling, but we're probably not calling them enough, right? Because we have to add production on our side. We have to continuously take inbound calls and make outbound calls and get new prospects and new leads, right? Until we get to the point to where we're hiring an assistant to kind of work our book of business, this is going to allow us to save some of that stuff that comes off of the books, whether it's through an email, text, whatever it is. It's just going to help, right? So as you're like going through the referral campaign, let's say you want to add I'll show you how to set it up real quick, and then we'll wrap things up for questions here. But you'll choose it right here. So referral N1, right? You can edit it if you want, but the SMS delay, I would just do whatever is immediate, but you'll notice like there's different options until you get to day, I think it's day 5 or no, it's day 20. Once you get to day 20, it goes into 5-day increments and you can do up to 75 days. So add that into Chat GPT. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? So you can tell it, create a email and sequence or email and SMS campaign with, 75 days of sequences. And you can be as descriptive as you want to. And use, NLP to help get their missed payment back. Okay, so day 1, right? Now it literally breaks down the entire sequence for you guys. Like you could literally copy this and paste it, right? And it's going to take a little bit of time because you'll have to come in here and change the dynamic fields. I feel like I kind of have to show you what I mean by that. So when you're doing either a text message, or an email. Let me show you. Or wait a minute, I'm tripping. Okay. I adopted a formula.